If you see your cat's eyes looking cloudy, or if they're exhibiting neurosigns like circling or pressing their head against the wall.
You need to get to a vet immediately. Those are signs of active systemic infection. But again, for the vast majority of healthy adult cats, they process this entirely silently.
Which perfectly brings us to the big anxiety. The absolute panic of the pregnant pet owner. I cannot tell you how many times I had to talk a family off the ledge because they are convinced they need to rehome their cat the second they see a positive pregnancy test.
And as a scientist looking at the actual transmission data, let me just unequivocally say, please stop doing that. The CDC, the major veterinary associations, the 2025 One Health guidelines, everyone is entirely aligned on this now. You do not need to rehome your cat.
But we do need to explain why, because the fear isn't coming from nowhere. If the cat sheds the eggs and the eggs cause severe birth defects, which they absolutely can, right?
Yes, and utero infection is devastating. If a pregnant woman contracts toxo for the very first time while pregnant, the parasite can cross the placenta. It can cause severe vision loss, hydrocephalus, cognitive disabilities, or even be fatal for the fetus. We are absolutely not downplaying the severity of the disease itself.
No, we are clarifying the mechanism of how you actually get it.
Exactly. And it all comes back to that oocyst biology we talked about. Remember that hardy egg in the feces? When it first comes out of the cat, it is completely non-infectious.
This is the critical point. Fresh poop is safe.
Biologically speaking, yes. The egg has to go through a developmental process out in the environment called sporulation. It's like it needs time to ripen. Depending on the ambient temperature and humidity, that takes anywhere from 1 to 5 days.
So if I scoop the litter box right after the cat uses it?
You are safe. If you clean the litter box daily, the parasite literally never gets the chance to become dangerous. It's a simple biological loophole that completely neutralizes the risk profile of the litter box.
That right there is the massive aha moment for pet owners. Daily scooping equals safety.
It does. And honestly, if you look at the epidemiological data, the indoor cat is incredibly low on the list of actual risk factors for humans. In the US, you are statistically much more likely to contract toxoplasmosis from eating undercooked meat like pork, lamb, or venison, or from unwashed fruits and vegetables than from your own pet cat.
And that's because of those bradyzoid cysts hiding in the meat.
Yes. Remember, the intermediate hosts, the pigs, the sheep, the deer, they have those dormant cysts in their muscles. If you eat that meat rare or undercooked, you are ingesting the live parasite.
Okay, but the vegetables. How does a carrot give you toxo?
Soil. Think about the One Health perspective here, how the environment physically connects animal and human health. Feral cats, stray cats, outdoor pets, they use the world as a communal litter box. A soft, freshly tilled garden bed is the perfect spot for them. So that soil becomes heavily contaminated with sporulated oocysts, the hardy ones that survive for a year.
So the completely innocent act of gardening is actually a major risk factor.
If you aren't wearing gloves, yes, you touch the contaminated soil, you accidentally touch your face, or you pull a carrot and don't wash it thoroughly enough. That is a far more common route of human infection than petting your indoor cat.
And I noticed the sources explicitly stated the parasite usually isn't even on the cat's fur.
Right. Cats are incredibly fastidious groomers. They don't typically carry feces on their coat. And unlike rabies or Bartonella, you don't get toxo from a cat bite or a scratch. It requires ingestion.
Okay, so let's summarize the practical safety protocol for the listener before we move on to this crazy new research.
Yeah.
If you want to be as safe as possible, what are the concrete steps?
Step 1, keep your cat indoors. If they can't hunt infected mice, they can't contract the parasite. Step 2, do not feed your cat raw meat. Stick to commercial, cooked diets. Step 3, clean the litter box every single day to beat that sporulation clock.
And if you are pregnant?
Ideally, delegate the litter box chore. Have your partner or a roommate do it. If you absolutely must do it yourself, wear disposable gloves and wash your hands immediately afterward, but do not kick the cat out.
And for the environmental stuff?
Cook your meat to the proper internal temperature, wash your veggies vigorously, and please wear gloves when you garden. It's really just basic hygiene.
It seems so entirely manageable when you break it down biologically like that. Knowledge really does kill the fear.
That is the very essence of the One Health approach. You can't look at human disease in a vacuum. You have to look at the animal, the environment, and the human all together.